friends, welcome to BOOKMAS Day 5. Today I'm going to be tier ranking screen adaptations of books that I've read from best to worst. So let's just jump right into it. Oh, today's drink is water. Who'd have thunk it? Alright, first one we have on here is Daisy Jones and the Six. This is a Amazon Prime, a Prime Video TV series based on the book by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I loved this. Oh, my tears! The very top is Bury Me With This. I love this movie TV show so much. Not perfect, but iconic nonetheless. It is certainly a movie based on a book. Like, it is that. We can agree on that. Are we sure they read the book? And Abomination. So, Daisy Jones and the Six. I'm going to put it in... I'm going to put it in not perfect, but iconic nonetheless. There are a couple of things about it that I really didn't like, such as... This is going to have spoilers, this next couple sentences, but the Camilla plotline of her, like, cheating on Billy just felt like they were trying to get us to like Billy and Daisy more, but I feel like the whole point of the book was that, like, you didn't want to like them, and that Camilla was perfect. That was one of the things. There's a couple others, but it's been a while. But I do think it is iconic, and the casting for this was so good. I loved every second of it. Next we have the the Divergent saga. We're going to put this in, it is certainly a movie that is based on a book. I agree. I read all 3 of the books. That'll be embarrassing if it's more than 3, but I read all 3. I didn't like basically any of them other than the first one. And I watched the first movie, and I didn't watch any of the other movies. So, I actually don't think that's even from the first Divergent. And this is going to unfortunately be a recurring theme, but this actress who plays Triss, I don't think she's a very good actress. She is very much, she gives the vibes of the 16-year-old in the YA series that annoys you because she's so main character energy. You know? Also, 4 wasn't very good. I can't remember that man's name either, but they had no on-screen chemistry. None at all. It was so uncomfortable to watch. But, you know, it clearly was based on the book. And I do think that they read the book. Next, we have The Great Gatsby. This is the Leonardo DiCaprio one because that's the one I've seen. Honestly, bury me with this. Just because I can't think of a single flaw about it, and I love the book and I love the movie, and I think they're both just beautiful. Also, I only read The Great Gatsby once, and it was a while ago, but I also only saw the movie once, and it was a while ago. And I remember thinking, oh, this is just like the book. Okay. Next, we have How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which bury me with this. I love the Grinch. He is so iconic. He is everything to me. I didn't even put the other Grinch movie, the cartoon, which is good, but nothing compares to Jim Carrey. Ready for my Grinch impression? But what would I wear?
But what would I wear?
I can't cancel that again.
I can't cancel that again.
The Grinch.
The Grinch!
Oh, that movie is too good for words. Okay, then we have Hamlet. I am going to put it in it's not perfect, but iconic nonetheless, except that it is kind of perfect because I'm quite sure it's word for word the Shakespeare play. But I don't want to be buried with this. I feel that it could have done more, and I feel like if it's going to be word for word, why would I watch it? A little bit, just a little bit. Like when they made the live action Lion King, and I'm like, they changed nothing about this. It's just, would you rather watch a cartoon or CGI? So Hamlet was very good, and like a perfect representation of if you don't want to read the play. Here is the play. So I guess then it kind of is perfect because it's a play. That's what it's supposed to be. But I don't want to be buried with it, so. Horton Hears a Who. Bury me with this. I love that film. Oh my gosh, that movie is so good. I've seen it so many times. Wow, there's a lot of Dr. Seuss in here, I'm realizing. Have I even read that book? I don't know if I've actually read Horton Hears a Who. But that movie is so good. The casting is so good. Is it Nick Jonas or Jesse McCartney? That's the little boy. Oh my gosh, that is so iconic. That's real cinema. Hunger Games. I'm going to put that in not perfect, but iconic nonetheless. I am not the biggest Hunger Games fan. I think I only watched the first and second movie, but I read all 3 of the books, and I think they are great. I'm just not saying bury me with this because it's not like jaw-dropping perfect, but it is very, very good. Oh, you know why? You know what's a big reason, and this is so mean, but I just don't like Josh Hutcherson. I don't like him as PETA. I didn't like him at all in this film, and it kind of took me out of it every single time, and now I can't like think of PETA the same. But Finnick, Sam Claflin is eating it up in this video right now because he's also in Daisy Jones and the Six. And he's in Me Before You. OMG. What a hottie. Then we have another Dr. Seuss book. Bury me with this. I love the Lorax. Oh my gosh, I love the Lorax. I've seen this movie dozens of times at this point. I think it is so funny. I think it is so good. The music in it, the Onceler, I had the biggest crush on the Onceler. I kind of still do. But it's perfect. Okay, next we have The Maze Runner. Disclaimer, I didn't watch the movies, but I read the books. So this is purely based on the casting. So I'm going to say, I feel like it is certainly based on the book. That is for sure. I feel like it's not iconic. Like, I feel like it's only iconic to the group of people who are obsessed with it, not to, like, everybody. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if you didn't read Hunger Games or even watch Hunger Games, Katniss Everdeen is iconic. And this just isn't. But I do think the casting of Thomas and Newt and Mino, I've never said his name out loud, was very, very good. Percy Jackson, unfortunately, I do have to put him in Abomination, and apologies to Logan Lerman. And I'm so sad for him because he was the perfect Percy. He was just too old for the role. And they wrote it like, I don't think they read the book, but I can't even put it there. It's an abomination. The plot was, oh my gosh. Although I would put an iconic, from the second one, where Luke's like, get off my roof, or whatever.
What are you doing? Don't walk on my roof.
But they really wrote themselves into a corner with this one. I couldn't believe that they made a second one. Because they used plots from other books, so. Okay, 2005 Pride and Prejudice. Bury me with this. I've read the book. It was a long time ago, and it was for high school, but I enjoyed it. Keira Knightley's a great Elizabeth. All of the casting is perfect, and the on-screen chemistry is insane. Bingley and Jane, Darcy and Lizzie, obviously. This Darcy is so good. The hand flex scene is iconic. I do like, let me just find it actually. Oh wait, I have 2005 in here twice. Guess I'll just put it right next to its buddy. But I also have the Pride and Prejudice miniseries from, I'm gonna put this here just because I haven't seen it as many times as I've rewatched Pride and Prejudice. This is the 10-hour version, 5-hour version, if you watch them all back to back. If you ask, okay, the 2005 is iconic and much more digestible for general audiences, but as somebody who read the book and liked the book, the series is better because it adds so much more context, and it also has Colin Firth in it, and he's fencing in one of the scenes. Princess Bride. I love Princess Bride. I loved the book. And I saw the movie before I read the book. I actually didn't know it was a book until I took a creative writing class in high school and we read it. I'm going to go ahead and say bury me with this. First of all, just because the movie is absolutely iconic. Wesley is like, he was like one of my very first fictional crushes ever. And after reading the book, I'm like, this is just so good. Like, it actually, like, even the parts about like the grandpa reading the book is from the book. Tale of Despereaux. I would say bear me with this book. Do I even have that book anymore? I lost all my books from high school. I need to buy that one again. I love Tale of Despereaux. That's the earliest book I can remember rereading because I loved it so much. It's in second person and it is so good. So I'm going to put this in. It is certainly a movie based on a book, just because I feel like if I put it in iconic, it kind of has to be like you don't have to have read the book to enjoy the movie. And I think that that's true of those. But Tale of Despereaux, you really did have to read it because the film wasn't that good. All right, now we're going to do The Fault in Our Stars. Okay. And between these two, I feel like it's iconic a little bit. No, I'm going to put it there. I read the book first, then I saw the movie. It's the same issue that I have with this actress in Divergent, is that the on-screen chemistry is not there for me. And the guy playing Gus, it's just like, oh, it just gives me the ick so bad. Like the stuff that was kind of like cool and hot in the books, I was just like, oh my gosh, for the love, like please stop saying that. I just feel like this story is better told through words and reading rather than putting it on a screen, because it's so much about like her inner thoughts. Next we're gonna do Willy Wonka. And we're gonna do the Gene Wilder one just because it's my favorite of them. I'm going to put this in not perfect, but iconic. But I think Gene Wilder is a better Willy Wonka. I kind of like the fact that you're like, is he a serial killer? Or is he just kind of fun and quirky?
Trifle deaf in this ear. Speak a little louder next time.
I think it's amazing, and it is obviously iconic. Me Before You. Sam Claflin again, and Emilia Clarke, who I love. Both of these I love so much. Ugh. Okay, we're not going to bury me with this, but I'll put it in not perfect, but iconic. I read the book in one sitting when I was like 16, and I saw the movie later. I don't want to be buried with it because it's kind of depressing. Next we have The Outsiders. The issue here is I only saw half this movie because I was out sick in school when we watched it, but I read it, and it's the first time I ever cried in school. Like in class. So I'm going to say not perfect, but iconic nonetheless, just because I don't want to be buried with it, but I love this story and I love this movie. I love Rob Lowe in it. Stay Gold Pony Boy. I like had that on my wall in college for a couple of years. I love this story. Now we're going to do The Summer I Turned Pretty. I feel very strongly that this is a TV show that is based on a book series. I was very passionate about these books when I was younger. I only watched the first season of the show. I know there's 2 out now, but I didn't like it. I'm a Conrad girly. And I feel like the way they painted Jeremiah in the first season makes future events unfathomable. But I think the casting was really good, although Jeremiah scares me a little bit. But that's a me problem. Next, we have To Kill a Mockingbird. Don't bury me with this because I love it, but I haven't seen it that many times. But it is so good. This is another school one, so I read it and watched it in school. And it was like a life-changing book to read. I was like in 6th grade. I was a young mind. And this altered my mind. I think it is a beautiful book. I think it's a beautiful film. I feel like the film really, I can't tell you or remember if the plot is like point for point accurate, but I can tell you that I left the movie with the same like feeling that I left the book with. Harry Potter, I'm going to put in not perfect, but iconic nonetheless. Oh, where did he go? I would be buried with these and not be upset about it, but I'm such a Harry Potter nerd that I'm annoyed by a lot of things that were left out of the movies. The Quidditch World Cup, for one, Winky, Peeves, just a lot of things that I think are very important that were left out, but I think they are incredibly well done. And if you only have that amount of time per book, then I think they did a very good job. So with them, we'll also do Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which I don't even know. I know that there is like a book for that now, like the textbook that they read in Hogwarts. I don't know which came first, the chicken or the egg, but I'm going to put these in not perfect but iconic nonetheless, because at least, especially the first movie, I think is iconic. I think it is so good. I think Eddie Redmayne, oh my gosh, Eddie Redmayne is so good in it. All of the actors in like the core four, I guess, are iconic. Are there 3 now? Yeah, there's 3 now, and I liked all of them. I'm not very picky about movies. I'm just there to be entertained, and they got Jude Law in there, so I was entertained. Peter Pan. You can bury me with this one. Can you? As a book to movie adaptation, I'm going to put it here. Basically, anything that says Peter Pan, you can bury me with. I love Peter Pan. It's so good. I've read the J. M. Barrie Peter Pan, and it is so good. It's just it's a work of art. Now we're going to go Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo DiCaprio. Iconic. Don't bury me with it because it's all problematic. Honestly, given the choice, I'd watch Romeo and Juliet. I should have put that in here. Bury me with Romeo and Juliet. All right? Iconic and very accurate to the original literature.
Romeo smash Tybalt.
This is Under the Banner of Heaven. So this one's based on a nonfiction book, which is written about a true crime case. I don't want to say bury me with this because it's really dark content, but it's very, very well done. I haven't finished the book. I've started it, but I haven't finished it. But the way that they did it and like the cut scenes to the past and the acting in it was so heartbreaking. This was a hard watch, and I think that was the point because the content is terrible. What happened is terrible and it makes you uncomfortable, and I think that's good. I think that's the point of it. Okay, down here we have, this is from Shadow and Bone, but this is the Six of Crows crew. Because I didn't read Shadow and Bone, but I did read Six of Crows, and I know the show got canceled before we got like a ton of Six of Crows stuff. But I'm still going to put it in iconic because I think the casting for the Six of Crows group was so good, and all the scenes in them were so good. All the scenes with them in it were very, very good. They just gave the exact same vibes as the book.
That is not a just for talent. I shoot things with style.
I was so excited for the build up to like their plot line. Never gonna get it now. So those are some of my thoughts on screen adaptations of books that I've read. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow.